going to read the destruction scene from my framed story of ruin, Forever Always. The story is about a girl named Addie and her mother who share a very special bond, but the mother's cancer is quickly spreading while they spend their summer along the gorgeous Italian coast. I hope you enjoy. "Mom," I said, partially expecting an answer. She laid there, a slight, sleepy smile permanently etched on her face. She was in the same position I remember her in, except her eyes were closed, her skin a sickly white. I walked over to her, my head spinning. "Mom!" I shook her shoulders, my motions frantic. All that happened was her hair falling into her face. No other motions or movement. No soothing hand there to reassure me, to tell me that she would never leave, that we're forever, because we're not. No, no, no. She's gone. She's dead. Panic and sorrow surged through me, echoed and creaked into every living part of me. Her hand was resting atop the cover, and her bracelet glowed in the sun. The pearls and inlaid gold sparkling cheerfully. "What happened to forever?" I cried out to her. "You said that you wouldn't leave me." It was no use. The yelling didn't wake her up. I cried harder, and my panic turned to fury. "You're a liar," I screamed. "These dumb, dumb bracelets. You said that they would keep us together, but here we are. They're useless. Worthless." I ripped my bracelet off, something I hadn't done in years. My vision turned blurry through tears until all I could see was the bracelet. I threw it on the ground with all my force, and it skipped on the hardwood floor, flying across the room. But nothing happened to it. The sight infuriated me, and I knew there was only one way to get rid of it, to end my mom's bond, our friendship, for good. I whipped around on my heels and stormed out of the room, my anger and sadness overriding any sense I had left. I rushed past Dad, who had been sitting and banging on the door in hopes that I would snap out of it. "Addie, come back. Think about what you're doing." I ignored him and walked out of the house, my walk quickly turning into a desperate run up the mountainside. My muscles burned and my head ached, but I pushed on, pumping my legs harder and harder. The bracelet dug into the palm of my hand as I clutched it tight. When I reached the top, the breeze hit me and the warm rays of the sun shone down upon me. Such a beautiful day. When something bad happens, it's always a dark, stormy night, or a sad, cloudy day. This was so beautiful, so different from what I was feeling. I marched straight up to the edge of the bluff, my toes teasing the open air. Pebbles rained down on the ocean below me, and I stared into its depths. My fury was at its peak now, and made my insides churn and my head swarm like a hive of angry bees. I looked at the bracelet one more time. It was a symbol of me and Mom's love for each other, a piece of each other's heart to be cherished. But now one's heart has stopped beating, and our bond is broken. Promises are now broken. I threw the bracelet out into the open air with one final cry and watched it fall into the waters of the Italian coast.